We're taking the headphones off. It's Gridiron Garage, episode 75, and the boys are with me at the plastic table. My name's Zach Curtis. Alongside of me is at Jay Lawhorn.
Hi, my name is Jay Lawhorn.
And we're talking into our...
hanging out with my two buds.
And our other buddy is...
My name is Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
My name's Jeff. I can't get the high.
22 Jump Street.
My name is Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
We got the boys here hanging out.
The one movie that they actually like call him out for being way too old. It drives me nuts when I watch movies and they're like high schoolers, but they're like 28 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look like
That is the one movie, and he's actually like 28 years old, and you're like,
Yeah, you look
you're
like
way too fucking old to be in college, dude.
you look 30.
You look 30.
How old do you think Zac
You're
Efron
16,
was?
dude.
Zac Efron wasn't in that movie.
No,
No,
when
when he was in
High School Musical.
Probably 22, 23.
You think he was that old? He looked kind of young.
He did look kind of young.
I mean, shit, that's like the most famous high school...
He was definitely probably older than 18.
He was 18.
Was he?
Oh, wow.
Damn.
18.
Nice.
I thought he looked young.
I mean, you got to get your head in the game.
I'm thinking of like One Tree Hill or like
Oh, yeah, they're like 26.
or what's the football one? Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights, yeah.
They got to be old, right?
Probably.
Some of them,
Yeah.
some of them
Maybe one.
probably are. Some of them probably aren't. But
That's crazy.
on to the non-sports edition. This
Hold
is
on.
episode 75. Hold on, we're holding on.
Yeah, so I don't know, like that that era reminded me of the Britney Spears. What's going on with her?
Dude, she was on a Pepsi can like a year ago.
Just 1 year ago?
So basically,
Just a year ago, they had her on the
do you remember
Pepsi
when I
can.
brought up the Britney Spears conspiracy?
Yeah, like
forever ago.
But
on the
there's some
podcast.
like shit that just dropped a few weeks ago.
So
about
that was the whole thing I talked about, where they're like, she's not really controlling herself. Like, she's basically doing all this weird stuff for publicity because her, I think it's her dad, like basically owns her, like her like image of Britney Spears.
Legal guardian.
Like, well, it's like something where like he like contractually like owns like Britney Spears, like the pop star Britney Spears, not her as a person, but so she's like supposed to do all this stuff. So he's like supposedly making her do all this stuff. She had like a real heartfelt thing that like
He's
I
like the
saw.
CEO of Britney Spears.
Essentially, yeah. And like it was honestly, I think it was something that was kind of set up because she was such a famous pop star when she was so young that it was probably like he was the parent, and so she probably wasn't old enough to like be like her own like owner of all this stuff. She was probably like underage, like a minor. So then it was her parents that kind of did it, and they probably screwed her in like contracts. You know what I mean? They started owning all this stuff after how many years. And so I think that might be some of the reasons like she had the crazy publicity stuff when she was like in her early 20s and stuff like that, because she probably was forced to do all this stuff by her parents. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that Black Mirror episode we saw. Like seriously, that's like kind of the vibes they get from it. I feel like that's what they based it off of. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like to an extent. So
But I don't know. I mean, if
they're
you
like in
see
some
her,
court thing right now though, or something.
it makes you think that she's probably actually crazy.
Yeah,
So
could be.
This is from marketwatch.com, which is a pretty reputable website. So it says Spears has been unable to control her own assets for the past 13 years, and she has a net worth of $60 million, according to Forbes.
That's rough.
That's crazy.
Give Britney her money.
What's she
Dad.
What's she famous for?
Old
more
viral video.
of-
Leave Britney alone.
is she a singer or an actor?
She's a singer.
Singer.
She's a pop star.
But she was an actor.
Britney, bitch.
Yeah, right. But it's like Hannah Montana, like
The sassiest of hands.
It's Britney, bitch.
this guy. All right, Jake, let's get into the weekend.
Get into the weekend. So Zach went on a trip to go see some baseball stadiums in Florida. How was that? Before you get into it, I would give what I think Florida baseball is. It's super freaking hot, so everyone hates baseball. That's why they don't like it. But the stadiums are indoors because they know it's super freaking hot that they would have to make the stadiums indoors.
Gotcha.
And people still don't like baseball. So what'd you think?
Okay. Griff, what's your synopsis of
He's
Florida
been there.
baseball?
I've never been to the Rays.
Been
I
to
always thought
Miami.
it looked ugly. Went to Miami Stadium. Thought it was a lot cooler than I thought it was going to be. It's definitely not in like my top tier stadiums. I don't know. I think it's cool. I like the big window deck they have, that like the big opening windows,
Yeah.
like overlooking the city. I think that looks really, really cool. I think on the outside it looks like a spaceship, so it's kind of cool. It's like an all white spaceship.
Yep.
But definitely better since they got rid of the big center field ugly ass fish sculpture. That was terrible.
It's just outside. That's all they do with it. They
Is
moved
it?
it.
Oh no, they did.
They
I remember
moved it
that. Yeah.
outside.
No, I remember. I saw
Is
it.
it?
It's not
Yeah,
still
out
out there.
there?
Yeah, I
Oh,
forgot about that.
man.
But it's not like anything. But
I hated
I don't know.
that.
I was pleasantly surprised how much better it was than I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be like, because I was like, oh, it's the Marlins stadium, it's gonna be crappy. It was nicer than I thought, just because it's new. Like I'm used to the Red Stadium, which isn't old per se, but it's like,
it's not great.
It's in that general thing where like, the early 2000s, late 90s. This is like a stadium that was built in like 2015, so it's like new, or 2013. Right. So it's cool, but like it's like it could have been a lot cooler. Like the Rockies Stadium is older and it's 10 times nicer than the Marlins Stadium. You know what I mean?
So diving in, we won't talk too much about the sports aspect of it, but Florida baseball sucks.
Yeah.
Everybody hates Florida baseball, apparently. So went to Miami and Tampa Bay over the weekend, and in both stadiums, both of their upper rings were closed because they can't sell out. They can't sell out the game.
They've never been able to.
Miami was like watching a minor league baseball team. It was like going to a Florence Hall game, dude. It was inside, and you could hear the players talking on the field.
Really? That's kind of cool, though.
And you could hear, like, the crack of the bat, and, like, nobody would react to anything. Their stadium was all right. I mean, it was pretty boring, to be honest with you. Like,
See,
but
I think
it was
something
new.
that helped me, too, though, is I went for opening day, so the game was almost sold out.
Yeah. Okay.
That's how you know it's bad that you have an opening day game at, like it was the first game of the season that year because the MLB...
It's almost sold out.
I know. Because the MLB ruined the whole Reds tradition thing, right? But that was the first game of the season that year. It was Cubs at Marlins, and first game of the MLB season, they didn't even sell out, which was kind of crappy. But
the shitty part about that is that
it was pretty packed though, so that was cool when I went there.
The Miami Stadium, they were giving away like 250 free tickets for the section that we were sitting in, and they didn't even give those away. Like
what do you mean?
Like they give away free tickets for veterans and first responders and stuff like that.
Oh, they couldn't find 250.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I was like, damn.
You know what that reminds me of, Jake? That reminds me of your dad getting free FC Cincy tickets. And like, I'm not going.
I don't know if that happened. Did that happen?
I swear he told me once. He got free tickets. He's like, let's go to the game. He's like, I don't want to go anymore.
That's crazy. But when we were in Miami, we walked to a little town called Little Havana. And for you uncultured people out there, Havana is a city in Cuba. And so Miami is big Latino community. And, dude, that was dope. Did you walk to that when you were in Miami? Well, let me preference. Where the stadium's at, it's not in a very nice area. It's like...
Did you park in someone's parking lot or driveway?
No, so we actually
across the street in someone's parking lot in someone's driveway.
We stayed in an Airbnb that was like
literally.
I walked into the street and the stadium was like right there.
That's pretty cool.
But it was like Section 8 housing all around the stadium. It was a very weird place to put a stadium.
That's where you stayed?
No, the house we stayed in was pretty nice. But
we stayed right across the street.
Yeah,
and all those houses are Section 8.
No. Right across the street was nice, but where the stadium was not very nice. But I was kind of thinking like the landowners probably just sold all of their houses to Miami and was like, here, we'll probably make more money if you guys want to build a stadium here. Just tear our shit down and we'll move on. But dude, Little Havana was cool. There was like cigar shops everywhere. People like playing I guess Latin music. Is that
Cuban cigars are legal now?
Is that a genre of music?
Huh?
Latin music?
Yeah.
There was like ice cream shop. Despacito.
So that's a side joke, but Spotify had like their it was like Latin sensations, and that song was out, and it was number one. Everyone was like, "It's Justin Bieber. He's just singing a song with a Latin singer. It's not a Latin sensation, Justin Bieber."
But went to a pretty cool restaurant. But so speaking of Miami, we were talking, or I sent you that video of DJ Khaled, or maybe you sent it to me, of him in the boxing thing, and nobody knew his songs.
Oh, you sent it to me. Yes.
Yeah. What song was he singing? It was like, all I do is win, 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 no matter what, and or something like that.
He kept pausing it and giving the.
Did they have their DJ there, like the Marlins DJ?
No.
When I went there, they had a DJ at the stadium. It was like a Miami nightclub. He was like a DJ in the games.
Oh, that's dope.
So in between the innings, it was him instead of like an organ player or something.
But I thought this was funny. So I was like trying to describe to my dad like what the video was, and he didn't know who DJ Khaled was either. I was like, man, this dude has like billions of views on the internet. Like, how do people not know who he is? Like, he makes the beats for like most like of the famous.
Explain
people.
the video he's talking about. He's like performing a concert in a boxing ring, and he's like, all I do is, and then you know how they like stop singing and they point the mic to the crowd, and it's just like
Crickets.
chirp, 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 chirp. No matter what. Chirp, chirp, chirp.
That's bad.
It's really bad.
Especially for a guy like DJ Khaled. Like, he's a pretty big dude.
So speaking of Little Havana,
He's a fucking icon. If you listen to him. Is that what he says?
yeah, another one.
Another one. When he did the cabs video.
Yeah,
Or was it Uber? Or Lyft?
yeah. It was Undercover Lyft.
Undercover Lyft, yeah. Have you seen that, Zach? That's pretty funny. They get celebrities and famous people to do an undercover lift and they dress them up.
Oh, that's cool.
They dress Shaq up. People didn't know who Shaq was. Dude. I'm like, come on, dude. You wouldn't be like,
He's like
who's this
7 foot tall.
big ass driver that talks a lot like Shaq because he's a horrible actor. I'm sure everyone's seen Shaq act.
Yeah.
Not good.
The best part was when he's in the driver's seat, dressed up in a striped shirt and a French hat and a fake mustache and glasses. And he's like, bonjour, my name's Pierre. Oui.
Have you ever seen when he dressed up in like the Papa John's commercials and he walks into their buildings? He just has like a mustache and like some like aviators on, and obviously like big ass Shaq walking through the door. It's like you're not under disguise.
I like.
There's a lot of people that like you might see in real life and you wouldn't notice, but Shaquille O'Neal does not fit that narrative.
Yeah,
You'd be like, oh, that's Shaquille O'Neal.
There's like an old video of like LeBron working at White Castle. You guys ever seen that one? He's like working at a White.
He works at some pizza joint.
It's
Blaze
pizza joint. Yeah.
No,
This is an old one.
Pizza.
This is an old one. This is like back when he's like first time on the
it?
Cavs. I was like,
because he did a Blaze Pizza one recently.
No,
like 2 years ago.
no, this is older than that. He's like walks out and like
He owns Blaze Pizza?
he's a part owner of Blaze Pizza. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But it's like one where he walks out with like White Castle water or something or whatever it is, and he like messes it up or something like that, and like the manager like just rips him a new one. And he starts like getting all sad and like crying and stuff. And the people ordering are like, "That's LeBron James." He's sitting there like, "I'm sorry, man." He's like, "I need this job." They go, "You're LeBron James." He's like, "No, I'm not. I'm Kevin." something like that.
Kevin Durant. He also was part owner in the Red Sox. Did you know that?
Yeah, well, that's recent, right?
Yeah. So you're talking about Little Havana. Very cool place. My dad's aunt, so I guess it's like my great aunt or whatever. I don't know. I never met her, but she lived in Florida, and she was married to a guy from Cuba. His name was Hoovy. And so my dad said they used to go down and visit them every year and towards closer to like fall, winter time when it was cooler out. And they go visit them in Miami and just like stay at her. Like they had like a house that was like not far from the ocean, I guess. It was like close enough they could walk to the ocean. And he said that him and Hoovy used to go out to Little Havana all the time, just grocery shop there. Like, that's where they get all their groceries from Little Havana. And he said that he would like buy these like cigars, and they were like basically fake Cubans because they didn't have them back then. And he didn't speak very good English. He spoke enough English to like kind of. My dad goes, it was kind of ironic. I could have a conversation with him, but then when he had to buy the cigars, he would act like he didn't speak English and make me pay for them every time. Yeah, he said they used to go there, get groceries there, get Cuban sandwiches, and they just walk around Little Van all the time. My dad was like in his 20s.
Yeah. It was a cool little spot, but it was kind of funny. Like they had all these like authentic Cuban restaurants and stuff like that, and then they had a McDonald's right in the middle. But they tried
Everybody
to
loves McDonald's.
Yeah, they tried to decorate it to where it was, it looked like the rest of the restaurants. But I mean, it was. What are you gonna do with golden arches? I mean, they all look the same. But yeah, Miami, not my favorite city or stadium. I didn't really care for it too much.
I think Miami's a cool city,
but I also probably didn't go to like the nice part of Miami.
I think Miami's cool. The city or the stadium definitely could be cooler, but I think for me, I went there when it was like a lot of fans there, and it was opening day, so it automatically made it cooler. And I feel like some of the other stadiums I've been to, like I think it's a way nicer stadium than the Red Stadium. You know what I mean? Like it's like one of that. That's how I'm not judging it atmosphere wise. It probably sucks, like bottom of the league, right? But I think it's just like how new it is. Like newer stadiums are almost always nicer. Right?
No, I mean I will agree. Like it looked nicer than the Red Stadium. I will agree with that. Plus they had air conditioning inside, which was fucking freezing.
Yeah, I know.
I don't. Have you ever sat in an
It's in Florida, dude.
Yeah,
no one
dude.
would go if it. Literally, nobody would go if it was hot,
dude? But it was like blowing right on your neck.
They don't go places where it's cold.
No,
where it's hot
at all. No. So Tampa Bay, pretty cool stadium. City was pretty cool. We went to this restaurant called Ferg's, I believe is what it was called, and it was like an all outdoor bar, but it had like it looked like a just like a block in whatever Cincinnati, but the whole bar was open. And so when you went to leave, it was like this way to the Rays Stadium, and you walked like under an underpass, and then you like popped right up into the stadium. I was like, damn, dude, that dude has it made. Like literally a sports bar geared towards Tampa Bay sports, and then literally connected to like the stadium. But that was a cool little spot. Tampa Bay, ugly, built in 1990, and like we were talking about earlier, the roof is literally white. And they have a catwalk that goes around. I don't know. Have you ever seen that? Yeah.
People have hit it with the baseball.
Shohei hit a homer the other day off the catwalk.
Yeah.
Like 460.
But it's kind of weird. Like their roof is slanted. I don't get it.
Right. I think in idea or in like
wind
in concept, you would hit the ball, and the highest part of the arch would be not in the center of the dome. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I guess that kind of makes sense.
You wouldn't get a deep fly ball, high fly ball, knock off the back that wouldn't be out yet. They were trying to get like the highest point. Like, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know how to
got you.
explain
It's
that.
Not so like this would be the middle of the field. They don't want that.
Yeah. They don't want the peak
they want
to
to
be
like back
where
here.
where baseballs would go the highest.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
That makes sense. But yeah, Tampa Bay was pretty cool. Their fans, they made it a little bit better than Miami. But dude, I thought Tampa Bay had a lot of people, and they were like, today's attendance was 10,000 and 90,000 or 900 people.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit! Like, there's a lot of people in here.
They get a winning team.
Yeah, like a first place team.
A first place
and they
team,
can
like,
barely get 11,000.
Literally
people.
top 3
Yeah.
team in the
Dude,
league.
you literally won one day behind Shohei's 465-foot bomb.
Damn,
You were there. If you went to that game instead of the Miami one first, you would have seen him hit a home run off the catwalk in the outfield.
that's dope. But so going away from sports, I have a story to tell you guys about Florida. So
Florida man.
I did see a dude wearing a shirt that said Florida man. I cracked up internally. But so after Tampa Bay, we drove to this beach called Turtle Beach, and it was like a little bit south of Siesta Keys, and it was like 8:45-ish at night, and the sun was setting, and so my dad and I were like, hey, let's go get our swim trunks, and we'll go out and, just swim in the ocean or the Gulf of Mexico for a little while, and then, we'll come back and we'll go to the airport. And so I was like, all right, cool. Well, they had all these, like when sea turtles come up and they plant their eggs on the beach and then they like mark them off. Have you guys ever seen that?
Right.
So they had a bunch of those, and like there were people everywhere with their cell phones like trying to find turtles and stuff like that. And so I was about knee deep into the water, and my phone was on the beach, and so I was kind of looking because the water was super clear and I could still see my feet like when I was knee deep into the water. And I was like, oh, I think that's a turtle like kind of floating around. And so I ran back to grab my phone and I turned my flashlight on and I go to like the area that I was at. And obviously, like I said, I was knee deep and I could see my feet like clear as day. And I get to the area where I thought that I saw the turtle, and I look to my left, and my fucking worst fear came true.
A fish.
Stingray. No, not a stingray. A jelly. Yeah, you can't see jellyfish. Had to be a fish.
2 feet from me
A shark.
Fish.
was a 6-foot snake.
Oh,
In the fucking water, dude.
In the ocean?
In the ocean. It was
crazy.
just
In the
chilling.
ocean?
Yeah, it was just chilling on like the bottom of the ocean, dude. Knee
What if it was
deep.
an eel?
I don't know what. I mean,
what
it
if you
was
stepped
it was
on it by
girthy,
accident?
dude. That's what I was thinking. It was very girthy, dude. And that was the first thing that came to my mind is like, dude, if I didn't go back and get my phone because I thought I saw a turtle, like I was just moseying around in the fucking ocean in the middle of the night, and I could have stepped on this fucking snake. And so, dude, I kid you not, I high-kneed it out of there, and I was like, "There's a snake!" Like a little bitch, dude. And so my dad was like, and you know my
it
dad,
look
he has
like
no
this
emotion.
instead?
It was no type in sea snake. That's what it was. Okay. And he was like, there's not a snake out there. I was like, I swear to God, dude. And so I had to take him out there with my flashlight, and I had to show him that there was a snake.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Is it still there?
Yeah, it was still there. It was just chilling there.
I think dead.
And so, no, dude, it wasn't dead. It wasn't dead. It was there.
I'm trying to downplay it, dude.
Dude, but I could have tripping. I was tripping. There was a fucking snake just chilling there in the water, and I was just trying to have a good time. So, yeah, that ruined my...
Hell no. I think anyone in the world would say hell no to.
Yeah, I agree.
Ocean snake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you guys know, like, I have a very big fear of snakes, and I have a big fear of water.
You have a fear of the water. You have a fear
Yeah.
the ocean does not compete with Zach Curtis.
No, dude, the ocean definitely took the W that day.
Did you ever go deep sea fishing?
If I was on a boat, yeah.
Like on a boat.
Yeah.
I think it'd be awesome. That'd
Yeah.
catch shit for you, basically. You can just
But,
catch it.
yeah,
Yeah, you just kind of hold the rod.
ocean definitely beat me that day.
Like they literally go, oh, we got a big fish here. And then they give it to you.
You
and you
reel
just
it
reel
in.
Yeah.
But you don't pull it out of the water.
No,
Just leave it
yeah.
at the top.
And-
There's some you can pull out of the water, but most, like the big ones, you can't.
They tell you not to.
No. So, like, but the bait fish, they pull out because they use them as bait and they throw it back out to catch the big fish. Those are the only ones they pull out.
I'm sure you guys know this, but do you know that the TSA closes in the airport at night for like a couple hours?
I did not.
You know that? So when we were flying out of Sarasota, or was this? Yeah, I think it was Sarasota. And we got there about 11:30, and I was like, hey, let's just go through TSA and like we'll sleep at the gate, and our plane left at 8 o'clock in the morning because we didn't have a hotel. And so I went up to TSA and I like scanned my thing, and they were like, yeah, we can't let you through. Your flight's not till tomorrow. You got to go home and come back. And I was like, I don't have a home. And so, so we go out there, and by this time it was like 1 o'clock somewhere, and the cop dude that patrols at night, he was like, yeah, you guys got to go downstairs because like we close this area down and we have sensors and stuff, and you set them off like the cops come. So I slept on the floor for like 3 hours waiting for TSA to open back up at 4 o'clock in the morning so I could go to the gate and then get back on the floor and go to sleep. Isn't that some bullshit?
That does sound like some. That sounds like that's probably only that airport.
It has
You
to
think?
be. Yeah.
That can't be a
I mean, it was a
common thing.
smaller
Maybe
airport.
it is, but I don't
or
know.
it was this TSA guy did like not want to do his job.
I doubt that.
I can also say that store does not surprise me with how cheap I know Zach is. Like he just refuses to go get a motel for like 5 hours.
If you think
Motel?
I'm cheap, meet my dad.
Motel?
I guess a
motel.
Florida motel was probably
Yeah.
the safest place ever. So
Yeah, I don't know
I
if
mean,
it's gonna be in a
it makes
Florida
sense.
motel.
Why would you want to spend a couple $100s for like a 5-hour
No, I
stay?
feel you.
I wouldn't have. I would have done
Yeah.
what you guys did.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it sucked, but it happened. So
I'll keep this short, but this weekend we went to a dog festival / parade.
Oh,
And everyone
that's
just brought their dogs and dressed them up, and there was a bunch of like vendors and food trucks and stuff.
what kind of shit do you
And
get
I-
yourself into?
And
on
I
the
was
weekend?
standing there. It was,
yeah,
this
real
was awesome.
quick before you tell the cool story, how do you find this stuff?
Yeah,
Like, how do you
for real.
seriously?
Alyssa looks up shit to do,
Oh, okay.
and she's like, "You want to do this?" I'm like, I'm not doing anything."
Okay.
Let's do it."
I was curious. You said that the other day. I was like, how did you figure out? I've never heard of this before.
So-
Just
but
look
it-
up stuff to do. There's events all over.
If I would have asked him to go
area.
mountain biking, he was like, "No, I'm going to a dog parade." I'd be like, "Really, bro? Like,
I
really?"
went mountain biking too. So, but anyways, I was standing there, and from me to like Griffin is this Venezuelan looking dude, and I'm just like staring at him, making eye contact with this dude. I'm like, "You look like fucking Eugenio Suarez." And then his wife walks up, and I'm like, "God dang, that's Eugenio Suarez,
damn.
dude!" And I could not focus on any of the dogs or anything that was
Yeah.
going on. Alyssa's like, "Jay, come on!" I'm like, "I'm looking at Eugenio Suarez."
You didn't go like say, "What's up, bud?"
He was with like his whole family.
Oh yeah, you didn't
And
be
I
that
was
guy.
like, yeah, I don't know if I want to like interrupt his family night out to like they were over there petting puppies and doing
Right.
things with his family, and I'm like, I don't want to be that guy. Like, hey, you don't know me, but I fucking know you.
Yeah.
you know.
That's when you like. Hopefully, you have red swag on. And you just like kind of give him like that. Like, I know who you are. You know,
He
I'm a
definitely knew
fan.
that I knew who he was because like before it clicked in my head, I was just like staring into his
It was
soul.
like that-
Like, he was like looking back at me. I was just like,
It was like that old vine. It was like that old vine of the kid drinking the thing. The guy thinks he's young Terrio and going, "Ooh, kill him!" And the kid just sitting there like going like this, looking back, like, "Why is this guy staring at me and saying this to me?" That was Suarez. Like you were just staring at him.
Like
that.
I was just kind of out of it at first. When I first saw him, I was just looking deep into him,
You
not
didn't-
even thinking about it.
You didn't want to pull the ultimate dick move and be like, "Dude, 22 million, 185."
That's cool.
Like, come on. Like we're paying you like
That's
we're
what
paying
she-
you like 120K
Alyssa was
hit
like,
so
you
far
should,
this season.
you should tell me you had a good game the other day. I was like, I can't remember the last good game he had. He would have known I didn't watch the game.
Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, I'll just keep that one
You
short.
catch any fish?
Yes.
Cool. All right, moving on. Jake,
Moving on. So speaking of Florida, since you went to Florida, there was a tragedy in Florida.
it was.
Was this anywhere near you? I don't know where this was.
It was like a little bit north of Miami. So
a little bit north of
Did you
Miami.
take the Tamiami Trail?
yeah, we did.
Jerry?
Yeah, the GPS kept saying, "Take the Tamiami Trail," and I was like, "Are you like stuttering, or is this actually?" It was just
Tamiami?
a road.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
call it the Tamiami Trail.
Anyways, there was a condo building that fell down last weekend.
Yeah, it was like a huge like.
Yeah, it was like
And
12 stories.
There was like hundreds of people that got like trapped under all the rubble, which is absolutely insane.
Yeah, for
you would
real.
never think of something like that like would happen in America, especially America. You'd be like, a building's not going to just fall over.
Yeah, I like equate it to
9/11?
like
Oh, that building didn't just fall
Yeah.
over.
I mean, it fell straight down.
that's for but
Yeah,
it's
'cause
something hit it.
Because a Boeing 747 hit it.
Yeah.
Unless
It
we talk
fell
about that on
straight
Gross
down.
Conspiracy.
Zach doesn't
I-
believe in 9/11.
I equate it to like some of those condo buildings you see over by like Sawyer Point in Cincinnati, like the big one lidle place and all those like 12, 13, 14 story apartments. and
It's
condos.
way bigger than that.
Well, I mean they're big, yeah, but that's what I equate it to. Something like that,
Yeah.
just like tipping over, just falling,
crazy.
like collapsing.
Well, it
in on
didn't
itself.
like fall over.
It collapsed
It
in on
like
itself.
went straight
Yeah,
down.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be even crazier if it was just like
Just tipped.
like just fell over.
did this way.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know how you transition into.
I don't know how we transition. I'm just going to take
This
it
is
from that.
weird.
And I wanted to know if you had a more lighthearted tragic event that ever happened in your life. I'll go ahead and go first to give you an example. I don't know if you guys brought anything.
Did.
But since we're talking about the Reds and Eugenio Suarez, I once went to a Reds game. And I went with this girl in high school. And she was just the sweetest young lady. We show up to this Red game. It's a good old time. Her parents actually got, I think her mom, she had a wealthy mom, and her mom got us these tickets, and these tickets were dope. They were like all you can eat buffet, dude. You just roll up. We had Montgomery barbecue sandwiches, Montgomery Inn's barbecue sandwiches, like all you can eat. It was awesome. And then the old kiss cam shows up. Bam! There's her fucking faces on that shit. And she just gets all nervous and kind of curls up and got no kiss. And for the rest of the day, the drunk dudes behind me gave me shit all day for it.
Damn.
I had 3 people text me dude, were you on the Jumbotron? I was like, yeah.
Were you 16 too or something like that?
Yeah.
I was definitely under 18.
Yeah, we were still in high school.
Yeah, we were in high school.
It was
That's tragic.
Senior year.
That's
It was
tragic.
Senior year.
That's
So you were 17 or 18.
It's tragic.
Yeah.
It wasn't a sold out game, but I'd say 20,000 plus at the game. Not good.
I got a couple going off of your girl relationship story. So I think it was in 4th or 5th grade. We had I don't know, a Valentine's Day dance. I don't know what you would want to call it, but there was this girl on my bus that I thought was cute. And so I asked her to the dance and she said yes. And so, parents got to hype it all up. You go get the flower shit. Everybody was doing that and stuff.
What's that called?
I always call it a croissant, but it's not a croissant.
A croissant.
What's it called?
You want this croissant?
That reminds me of the.
You made me drop my croissant.
You made me drop my croissant. Like a crochet. It's not a crochet. Is it a crochet? No, that's like a knitting.
I don't know.
It's the flower, right?
Yeah.
Is it a croissant?
It's not a croissant.
You're making me double.
No, it's
It's a croissant.
It's a croissant.
I feel like we're so uncultured.
We are. But anyways, I bought her one of
It's
those
our culture.
from Kroger,
I know, we're so
How can you be
uncultured.
uncultured in your own culture?
and she didn't show up to the dance.
Oh,
Didn't show up, dude. I was so embarrassed.
Oh no!
Corsage.
A corsage. Yes, that's what it's called. Yeah.
We're so uncultured.
And then in 6th grade, it was the first time that I've ever met somebody that didn't go to my elementary school.
Tragic.
And so I asked her to the dance, and she straight up said no. I was like, damn, you guys are fucking heartless. But going back to sports.
Tragic.
Definitely AJ Green not signing my jersey.
Tragic.
That was so tragic.
Tragic. Anything tragic from you?
Yeah. The first time I ever watched an NFL game on TV, and I was like, I like that team because they got white helmets and they're cool. Let's go Cowboys. And I got a Cowboy fan the rest of my life ever since then.
Tragic.
It's pretty tragic.
Tragic.
I don't know. I was thinking hard. I've had a pretty sweet life, so.
Nothing tragic.
It's tragic.
Never been stood up.
Let me think. So there was something I was going to think of. Oh, I remember. I mean, me and Jake were on the same Pee Wee football team, and I quit with 2 weeks left because I hated and sucked at it, and then we won the Super Bowl.
Tragic.
Yeah.
You didn't get a shirt?
I don't have the Super Bowl shirt now because I never showed up to anything else. I just didn't show up for the last 2 weeks, the playoffs and the Super Bowl. So it'd be crappy if I just showed up to the championship
Me and Zach
celebration.
didn't play football, and we missed out on state championship run.
Yeah. Dude, literally the year we quit our high school, 1 districts and then 1 region and then
they were
1
good that year.
state. Yeah. And then we were like, hey.
We kind of missed out, but we didn't quit with 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. I had 2 weeks left in the season. I was like, Mom, I'm done. I'm getting hurt, and this sucks, and I'm mad at it. I don't want to play anymore. And they we go and route some team, and then route the other team in the championship. I'm like, oh, okay.
Tragic. Anyways, maybe that'll be a more fun segment we can play again if we can think about something and bring
It's
them in.
basically, you could do tragedies, and it's basically first world problems.
We should do, this would be funny.
Tragic.
The 3 of us do a barber shop quartet of us doing tragic. We'll record it and then make it a little sound thing.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That'd be funny.
That'd be really cool.
Oh, yeah. We can do that.
All right, on to the next
This
segment.
story, this is crazy.
This is crazy, and I saw it on actual news channel, and was like, what the hell? But the story reads, 130 CIA officers believe they are subject to Russian microwave attacks.
Boom.
So basically,
crazy.
they believe that the Russians are on United States soil,
Okay.
and they're driving around in this truck that has
Shoot little microwave emitters at them.
yeah, it's got a gun on it that shoots microwave stuff at them, and it
Oh, dude.
it mixes up their brains and stuff.
I took this story completely different than what you thought.
Well, you thought they were throwing microwaves at them?
I thought that they had microwaves in their house that were just gonna fucking explode or something. Yeah.
microwave attacks.
Oh
No,
my
they literally
God.
have
I'm such an idiot.
a machine that will target microwaves into a single person that's hundreds of feet away.
That's
from them.
crazy.
See, this one to say, this is why whenever Zach calls me dumb, I don't feel bad. Because he reads microwaves as literally a microwave. When he talks about it emits microwaves from a distance.
Well, it was kind of vague.
Yeah,
Russian
all right,
microwave attacks.
You just said are subject to Russian microwave attacks. Like, what do you mean?
I never once thought, oh yeah, they're like shooting actual like a microwave.
You're telling me if somebody just said microwave, your first thing is like the actual.
If someone says like,
if somebody said microwave, you
go
wouldn't
put it
think
in
of
the
a
microwave, right? I think about the microwave I have upstairs. If someone says CIA offers that the Russians are using microwave attacks, this weapon can target microwaves from a distance a couple hundred feet to a person, causing short-term and long-term brain effects. I think like microwaves, like what turned the Hulk into the Hulk in the comic book series. In the movies.
To my defense, I didn't read the next sentence. Okay. So,
but
I'm not saying I'm smart.
What the hell?
I'm just saying when he calls me dumb, I'm like, dude,
This
we're
is some
both
new
dumb.
shit to me. But then they said USA has been using this to take down drones, and it shows a video of like 15 drones in the air flying, and this guy like hits a switch, and all 15 drones just go like
It probably scrambles the
boom,
computer
hit
systems.
the ground, like
Damn.
just absolutely stop running, just
Are these like
fall straight up immediately.
Are these
Like it didn't take a second at all. Just all 15, pop, and just that all starts
crazy.
falling.
Are these like quadcopter drones or like
Yeah,
predator
quadcopter drones.
Okay, so this is like it's like literally probably scrambles their computer systems or something, right? Just turns them off.
I don't know,
That's
but I thought that was pretty freaking nuts.
That's pretty sweet.
And that was an actual story. So I figured it'd be cool to go into some crazy military / government weaponry that we have that maybe people don't know about. And the craziest one I think I found is probably the vomit gun. And
ew. Let me guess, it doesn't shoot vomit out of it.
in 2007, the U.S. it does not shoot vomit out of it. In 2007, the U.S. Navy signed a contract with a company called Invocon to develop a weapon that uses radio frequency to impact a person's sense of hearing and equilibrium.
Ooh, throws
So
them off.
basically,
So it makes them like get dizzy.
It
and throw
shoots
up.
them and just absolutely messes their equilibrium up, making them like,
like a
basically get vertigo, like
Bad day
on
at the
command.
county fair right there.
Yeah, like they basically just zap you into vertigo. That's pretty crazy.
That
That's
is
pretty crazy.
Does it actually work?
Yeah. Whoa, easy there.
Sorry for your ears.
This one's terrifying, and that's the sentient unmanned vehicles, and it's pretty easy to explain.
Robots.
To you. It's robots.
They like walk around like
So we've had drones for a long time, but when you think about a drone, you think about a person like sitting at a computer, a controller controlling it. Sentient means that it's thinking for itself. So we're literally sending in drones that can kill people by themselves that are just no one's controlling them. Basically, this is a Terminator. We have
a picture
them.
of it.
They exist.
I want to see what they look
I mean,
like.
you can. There's a lot of different kinds of them.
Hold on. I'm going to let you finish this list, but I have something that I want to add.
Okay, that's fine.
It's off topic, but
So
I want you to finish the list
the
first.
Terminator. If you want to know how the world's going to end, we missed this one as well. Terminator.
Terminator?
Yeah, U.S. Terminator.
Throwing microwaves at people?
The rail gun. This one's been around for a while, but it's basically just a gun that shoots insanely fast.
Yeah, it's in GTA.
It can shoot like Mach 8 or something.
It's in
And
GTA.
I was reading something about it, and it can shoot shit straight into orbit.
That's
Holy
insane.
shit.
That's pretty crazy.
You can point it up to the sky and just shoot things off the planet.
Dude, what are the odds you hit a plane?
Oh, I mean, that plane would be absolutely
dude,
destroyed.
You're going down.
I mean,
yeah,
it showed
be done
like
for.
tank armor. It had like 15 or so sheets of tank armor, just pummeling through all of them.
Holy shit.
The railgun. It's crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, it's messed
What's
up.
But
the-
that stat that it can just shoot things into orbit just blew my mind.
What's the active denial system?
Oh my
Did you
god.
say that one?
No, I did not. The active denial system. This is a non-lethal one, similar to the vomit gun. And this one uses invisible electromagnetic radiation beams that create a burning sensation on the people's skin. So it can basically like wiggle the molecules on your skin and up the degrees to 130 degrees Fahrenheit from 500 yards out. And they showed this working on people, and it was like a controlled experiment. And the people was like charging the fence, and then he would shoot them with it, and like it hit. I guess it's kind of like a wide spray because it would hit like 15 people at once, and they all would go and take off running, and they turn it off. And I was like,
That's crazy.
It's like when
this
you,
is awesome.
like when you
dude.
get a pin, you don't know it's a shock pin. You just like watch people like fucking.
And they claim that there's no long-term effects. There's hardly any short-term effects. Just whenever it's on, it burns your skin. I was like, that's crazy.
Shout out to
That
this.
one I wouldn't trust though. Like I wouldn't sign
That's
up.
messed up.
I wouldn't sign up for that experiment because I know in like 30 years, I'm going to be on the TV and they're going to be like, were you a part of this experiment? Well, you're entitled to your money.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about today's sponsor?
No. What I do want to say, though, another one, I showed Jake this a while ago, but the Iron Dome.
The Iron Dome.
So that's what Israel's anti-missile defense system.
That thing's awesome.
The videos are just cool when they fire like
visuals?
100 missiles and they have 100 anti-missiles to shoot out and like blow them all up. It's pretty cool. Just like it literally
Absolutely
sounds like
awesome.
looks like fireworks in the sky.
Look
Like,
up a video of
turned
it.
up to 1,000.
The Iron Dome. They can
Yeah, the
literally.
thing like there.
I mean, we can look it up, but they can't see us. We've all seen it.
You seen the
I don't
Iron
think I've
Dome?
seen it.
You ever seen the Iron Dome?
Type in
don't
the
think so.
Iron Dome.
All right, we'll check out the Iron Dome. The Iron Dome,
Dome.
yeah, like Griff said, anti-defense missile system. So basically, when they shoot missiles into them, this shoots anti-missiles
This tracks
that go
them.
up
Yeah. It
and blow them up.
It tracks the missiles that are getting shot at them, and it just immediately fires missiles back at them. They're like all over the city in Israel, all over the cities in Israel. They're just like hidden, not even really hidden. Probably.
and the name of it specifically is pretty
Iron
freaking awesome. Which one do you think would be a quick video? None of them.
Just click one of them. That's the one we watched. Just click that. But yeah, it's pretty sick. It's just like immediate. Like you see missiles pop off, and you see these other
Very
ones.
visual.
Very visual. It's cool at night when they show the night stuff. All the comm trails in the air. So that's them like intercepting each other. Oh, excuse me, boys.
You want me to turn it up?
No, it's fine. I'm gonna turn it up.
You see them like going
loud,
and
honestly.
shooting and turning.
Dude, that's crazy.
They're
Yeah.
shooting and then it turns.
See,
and
it turns and seeks it then, and then blows it up. Watch it
boom,
blow it up
and
here.
it'll blow. Boom, blew one up.
Watch
This
that one's
one-
just
this
gonna
one
turn.
good?
It's like literally heat seeking missiles.
Super cool.
So what happens if they come in from the top?
What do you mean?
Then it'll heat seek to it and blow it up.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it only worked one way.
No. So they're just like sitting like pointed in the air, and so they just go around and they just follow.
I didn't know if it was like a defense system for like if the army was on the ground shooting missiles.
No. This is like anti-missiles. This is if they start firing like ballistic missiles and
That's
stuff like that.
crazy, dude.
Yeah, it's really
just
cool.
goes up
It like
and meets
lights
it,
the night sky up
blows
and
it up.
everything too.
You know what the sad part is that the U.S. probably funded that.
That's what I'm thinking. Is like the U.S. has got to have something just like it. That's probably even better. You know what I mean? And we just don't know about it because we don't get missiles shot at us. Every
Look,
day.
so, I mean, I was looking at the military today, and we have, I guess, on the Navy ships, there was this one that had a laser that could shoot down drones.
That's pretty sick.
That's pretty cool.
Laze it, just laze it.
Yeah,
It's like laze it. Zzz.
it was just laser, like literally laser, and it just take
It's like
it
a
out
fly
of the sky.
zapper. Like it's like
I have
a
no
fly,
idea.
just zaps it. Bzz, it falls out of the
Lasers
sky.
are way more complex than like we think they are.
Oh yeah,
Like they're pretty crazy.
That's a funny way to think about the U.S. air security.
laze
Just
it.
fly swatters.
Seriously though, like because all the secret stuff and all the alien stuff too. By the way, more alien stuff came out, right? Basically, the U.S. is like, I don't know. Did you see all that?
No.
There's more alien stuff that came out, like declassified stuff. The U.S. government basically said, I don't know, figure it out.
They got no idea what those
Yeah.
flying crafts are.
But like, what kind of defense systems do you think they're like working on? Like, even if they've thought of like maybe we can do this, and they're trying to figure out a way they can build, like they just won't tell anyone about, like in case we were to get like an invasion from like a different.
I mean, they probably
Earth go hard.
Earth go hard.
They
though.
probably have technology that we probably don't even know about.
That's what I'm saying.
Because
I'm
like
saying-
They'd be like, "Damn,
But,
Earth
like,
go
like,
hard."
can we comprehend what they're trying to create? Like something like
Yes.
what happens if an alien spaceship comes tomorrow and says like, yeah, I'm a bad guy. I'm gonna try and like entrap your planet and
screwed.
destroy it. Like, yeah, like, but what kind of defense?
don't go hard.
What kind of defense systems are they trying to create? Is it just going to shoot ballistic missiles at them like we do with everyone else that we don't like, or are we gonna like create like some crazy laser guns or like something like that?
see,
It's going to fry the
problem-
laser and it's going to fall out of the
The
sky.
problem with what you're thinking here is that when you go to get funding to make a defense system for aliens, not many people are going to support you.
Yeah,
So then also,
Hey, dude, I only need a cool $500 million so I can make a defense system
So-
when the aliens come.
For real.
then
No one's
also,
gonna pay
how
your
much
taxes.
money do you think the U.S. government has, and they spend tax dollars on things that we never know about like that. You know what I mean? That's what I'm getting at. Like black budget, where there's like you just don't know where the money goes. It's just hidden and it's going to things like this.
Oh, imagine running
Yeah.
an audit on the government.
Oh yeah, there'd be so much. Like
I mean, it's all public
They've
record.
got to be immune on some
Has
of
to
the
be,
stuff.
right?
It's got to be not correct, right?
But it'll
It's
say
gotta be
like
just what they think it is.
It'll say it went towards this, and really it went towards this.
I got you.
right.
I mean, it also depends on how you think of an alien. Like, if you said alien on this podcast, people would probably be like, oh, flying saucers and like weird looking people who pee in your mouth out of their finger.
Right.
But I mean, an alien is just anything foreign to you. So.
Yeah, no, you're right. When I'm referring to alien, I'm referring to the term as like an
Don't talk about
extraterrestrial.
Mexicans that way.
There's a slug on your ceiling.
Is it really?
Yeah, look at it. kind of operation are you running here, Griff? Griff's the definition of a slumlord. Fucking renting out all of his rooms in his condo.
That's true.
Bugs everywhere. Anyways, moving on. So my thing was Elon Musk. You know how he's trying to create the what's the thing that he's trying to put in everybody's brains?
Elon Musk.
Neuralink.
Yeah, the Neuralink. And so essentially it's supposed to take out like the thought process that humans have, correct? Isn't that how we kind of understand it in a very like simple way?
Sure.
I don't know if I agree with that, but carry on.
I thought that's what he was trying to do. It's like supposed to like to take out it's like a microchip. It's like take out human thought but also like help identify what's wrong in the human body.
That's what I was more thought it was. Like I thought it could detect issues with your body.
Is that what it is?
Like it can like understand what your brain's saying and relay it back to something.
Okay.
Like I don't know.
All right,
Maybe.
well, we'll go with that.
It's
But we'll just pretend this is what it's for then. So he wants to like make a microchip that can like pretty much think for you, okay?
Mm-hmm.
How hard would it be to argue with people if you can literally just thank Google?
You could think,
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Like you're wrong because of this, and then like boom, you automatically got a Google article, and then like boom, you got a Google article.
We'd be kind of like all knowing, right?
Yeah, I don't think that'd be fun because that it immediately be like, no, man, I think Russell Wilson's really good. And Zach would immediately go, well, according to da-da-da-da.com, he's only ranked number 16 on the list. And like, it'd be like immediate. He just pull it up in his brain.
And then you guys would
He'd
just
have it
stop
saved to
talking
his
because
favorites.
you'd be wrong.
He'd have it saved to his favorites.
Anyways, but like how hard would that be to have a conversation with literally anybody if that was how it worked?
No, I agree.
Because you would say something and you'd be like, oh,
They fact checked you immediately.
yeah, and you'd be like, oh, nope, you're wrong. And you're like, oh, shit, I guess I am wrong. I need to reprogram my Google.
I don't know. It's almost like we couldn't picture what the world would be like.
You know what I want? I want someone to invent me something like that just makes my eyes like my phone.
Yeah.
So I don't have to carry
Google
a phone.
Glass,
Yeah, but like literally like contacts.
but works.
Yeah, but works.
Google Glass, but it actually works.
Actually works.
Google Glass would be pretty cool if it worked.
Oh yeah. Okay,
If
Google.
it just pulled up things, and you could just like click on stuff with your eyes.
Although
you
some of
can-
that stuff
you can
does
detect where
terrify
you
me
look.
because it reminds me. This is like the getting into the sci-fi dystopian like robots can take over the world thing. But like, has you guys ever seen the movie Upgrade?
No.
Good movie.
Maybe.
Should watch it. It's called Upgrade. It's about a guy who gets like a chip into his neck, and it like because he's like a quadriplegic, and the chip makes it work and like run all his body, so he can basically it's the only thing that makes him able to like operate, and he has full control of his body just because of this chip like basically puts all his nerves together, but it ends up obviously it's a robot and starts artificial intelligence stuff like that usually goes crazy in the movies, right? So it starts taking over his body and stuff, but it's like super sick because it can do things perfectly, and he moves around like with. The idea the director made it was like, this is what I feel like if there was a machine running someone's body that would do everything at 100% efficiency to not waste any energy. This is how he'd like walk around and move around for everything. You know what I mean? He does everything at 100% efficiency. So he's able to be like basically from the Matrix, right? People fight him and he can like 100% block everything because he knows everything's coming and he's like using the least amount of moves to beat the crap out of people. It's a cool movie. But that's what it reminds me of is like you do put Neuralink in your head and it turns into something like that and then you can't make decisions for yourself. You know what I mean? You're literally just like you're literally like it's like a parasite and you're like a fungus in your head, and you're just like the vessel walking around.
Here's something to think about. Do you think that like how supposedly an asteroid got rid of like all the dinosaurs and shit on Earth?
You're right.
Do you think that technology is what implodes the human race? Like eventually, like it's just gonna get to where it's like so powerful that
there's a
we
conspiracy theory for that too. Is that like
Yeah.
it wasn't like asteroids and all this other stuff. Like there's been other civilizations way before us on Earth that have been to like where we're at, and we always crevice and we always get to like this peak of society where we start inventing stuff to where we're getting to in the next 150 to 200 years, and then the civilization crashes because we can't like handle it, right? So we get to like where all this AI and everything's taken over, and that's what crashes our society, and then we eventually spiral, and it's happened like 3 or 4 times. Basically, that like the Earth and life we've known on Earth has been on here for a really, really, really long time. It had like 3 or 4 different societies, and every single time we get to the certain point, however many thousands of years in, we figure it out, and we figure out all this AI stuff, and it ruins the world. Or it's happened on other planets too, and it happens every single time like that.
Well, if
like, there's a certain peak that we can make as far as technology goes, and we can't get past that because every single civilization that does it, whether it's here on Earth or a different planet, it just like crashes at that point because AI takes everything over. It destroys the civilization.
Well,
like
eventually
that.
on
I
our
don't believe
planet,
it,
we
but-
would find like remains of it.
Yeah, that's why I don't believe it. That's like one of the biggest like contractors. And then people will say, well, what about other planets? Maybe we haven't found life because there's been hundreds and thousands of planets that have gotten to this point in their life cycle, inventing all this crazy science stuff, and then we always like get to that peak, and then AI takes over. The robots control the world. It's basically like Terminator, and the world ends and stuff like that. So there's serious conspiracy theories about stuff like that.
I mean, if I would think that we will probably end ourselves as human race, right? I think
it's a common thought.
Whether it's Wuhan got 2 million, 4 million. How many did they get?
I don't know.
I don't know what the total toll is.
It's a lot. Whether it's like
that was just a little slip up. Imagine
Shout
like a
out
big
to
slip
today's
up.
sponsor.
Well, I mean, whether it's
G19.
whether it's something like we end ourselves via war, we end ourselves just because we destroy the planet, or we have a global pandemic. I mean, it's crazy to think about, right? That's probably more likely than an asteroid randomly crashing to Earth and blowing it up. I think.
Right.
I mean, we got lasers to fight off the asteroids.
Dude, they've got to have some kind of contingency for even
Earth
stuff
go
like that.
hard.
Yeah,
They've got to have
Iron
some sort of
Dome.
contingency. They can shoot missiles at
Earth go
asteroids
hard.
and break it up into smaller pieces.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
Like it's like a legit thing. They have like
they've got
satellites
to.
and shit that do it.
that's pretty crazy.
I know. It's
Like an
crazy.
EMP they shoot at, but it has real missiles, not electro waves.
I mean, unless it's
cool.
just too big, like we can't overtake it, and they just
An asteroid?
yeah.
Oh, how that works is we can spot, like, the goal is what
We
we're
know
not
it's
great
coming.
at is trying to figure out it's coming from way out.
Yeah, we have to be far enough away.
So
Know
if you
it's coming.
can find it way out, we can go meet it, and you can just change the direction by like
Beat shit
a
out of it.
fraction of a degree.
and it won't miss us by
Like just the
a wide
tiniest
shot.
amount of just moving it off target, and it'll miss us by a ton.
I can't think of what
But if it
movie
gets
that is.
too close, you got to move it a lot of degrees, and it gets
swear-
harder and harder.
Yeah, they just
I
like push
swear,
I don't know how you'd move it. I don't
I
know if they
swear it's a
run
movie.
you blow something up. All you got to do is divert it a
I mean,
tiny
it's
bit.
weightless.
You know,
I
What
swear it's a movie.
The asteroid
asteroids aren't weightless.
in space they are,
No, they have G forces, bro.
but it's essentially weightless. Like if you throw a ball up and you just like kind of tap it, it's gonna move. Isn't that
What
how
if you
it-
throw a 100-pound ball up and you try to tap it?
It's still gonna move.
It's not gonna move as far as the bouncy ball. You're
right? But
thinking.
you just said fraction of a thing, so like if you create like some type of like sonic burst,
just because there's no gravity doesn't mean it's not weightless. It's mass.
Yeah. So
It's mass.
yeah, I mean like it still exists, but like you're not the same weight on the moon that you are here. That's what I'm trying to get at. Is like it's still gonna be heavy as fuck if you put it on Earth. Like you're not gonna be able to move it.
Me.
Yeah, but if it's in space, if you create like some type of like sonic wave or something to like deter it, it's not going to be that hard.
I don't know. It might not be. But
there's a movie about that. It's called Seeking a Friend for the End of the World. Has Steve Carell in it, and it's basically like that. Like they find an asteroid that's on a collision course with Earth that's big enough that's going to destroy Earth, and basically they fire missiles at it, right, to try and move it and get it off track. And like that's like one of the things I was thinking about. Like, what would you do if you heard that radio broadcast, or you heard it on the radio, or heard it on TV, and they're literally sitting there watching? They go, and that's it. They say NASA has done their last set of missiles, and they cannot get it off course enough, and there's nothing they can do now. Basically, it's so close that no matter how many missiles they fire at it, they won't be able to put it off course. So they go, the end of the world is in T-minus about 37 days is when we're supposed to be collided by this asteroid. Like, how terrifying would that be?
that'd be awful.
Yeah, you're just sitting there, we got 37 days literally to live. That'd be crazy.
So, yeah, I weigh 175 pounds on Earth. I'd weigh 66 pounds on Mars.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But if you were moving at 100,000 mile an hour, you'd still be kind of hard to push out of the way
Yeah, I mean, like,
because you have mass.
can't
I feel like you'd have to
physically
hit, if
push
you only
it.
got to move it like a fraction of like,
Okay,
like
so
a little bit
Earth-
of degrees, I feel like you'd hit from the side.
You can't just move Earth, right?
right, because it has
It's
a
in
gravitational
space.
pull towards the sun.
Well, who's the sun's gravitational pull towards?
The galaxy?
So it's all affected. I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be that easy.
I was just trying to tell you how much I weigh on Mars.
I don't think that easy.
I was past that.
Just the mass, and an object in motion wants to stay in motion. So it's not going to be that.
Who said that?
Who said that? That's one of Newton's laws.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which law?
the first law.
Which is the second law.
Fuck.
Come on, dude. He says it all the fucking time.
What? Object in motion wants to stay in motion. What's the second law?
I don't know.
What
is it?
I thought it was going to be mass cannot be neither created or destroyed.
Is that Newton?
I thought
I
it
don't
was.
know, dude. I got a C in physics, and I asked the guy for a C because it's my last class.
Those first three laws are big ones, right?
An object in motion will stay in motion. That's like inertia, right? An object will stay in motion
Yeah.
unless it's acted upon by an outside force. An object at rest will stay at rest. Unless
Yeah,
the same
so
thing.
Newton's first law, body at rest or moving at a consistent speed in a straight line will remain at rest or keep moving. Newton's second law is a quantitative description of the change that a force can be produced on the motion of a body. So I guess that could the momentum of a body.
Well, you know what they say about Isaac Newton? He's a stupid science bitch, according to
So
Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Always
that
Sunny. Yes. That show cracks me up.
And then the third
Turning
law,
him into a
What's the third law?
the third law states that when two bodies interact, they apply forces to one another that are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. So pretty much in Newton's third law, if we were pushing at each other, like
Yeah.
we would be
Put your
creating the
hand
same
up.
amount of.
So like we're doing the same thing. Unless he start pushing hard now. It's like pushing me back because I'm not pushing.
So theoretically, the Earth is pushing up at 170 pounds. And you're pushing down at 170 pounds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
175.
Whoa. That doesn't sound like a stupid science bitch.
Yeah. You just got cultured by Gridiron Garage.
Science.
All right.
Bitch.
Yeah.
On the stereotypes.
On stereotypes.
All right, we're going to do stereotypes for you. And this is, since it's summertime and it's hot as balls outside, I'm sure you've been out going swimming.
I got the first one.
We're going to go people you see at the pool or the water park. What you got?
I got the first one because it's the only guy you ever see at the water park. The big dude in the white T-shirt.
Always there. Always got the T-shirt on. I also had the swimsuit, but I didn't have the shirt man. I had the shirt kid.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the overprotective parent that doesn't want the kid to get sunburnt, so he has to wear a long sleeve T-shirt all day at the pool. And you're like, let the kid run around. Just
let
put
the
some
kids
sunscreen
be.
on it. Jeez.
On it.
On it. Well, I don't want to get the gender wrong.
So I just want to say,
How dare you assume?
back in middle school a couple times, I was a little bit more self-conscious about my body. Now I don't care, especially because I'm trying to lose weight, but I don't really care now. But back in the day, being the T-shirt kid a couple times.
T-shirt kid,
Being the
Griffin
T-shirt kid a
Wyman.
couple times. What I do want to say, kids, if you're listening, which you shouldn't be, this is not a kid's show, but if you're listening, who cares? Just take it off. If you get made fun of, here's how you get back at them. You get a better job than them, and you become their boss one day. And then you make their life a hell.
And if you're a girl, go ahead and take it off.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Free the nipple.
No.
We at Garage believe in free the nipple.
You know he's talking about kids, right?
Yes.
Oh,
Don't do
kids.
that.
Okay. If you're, well, I don't know. Kids walk around.
Don't do that.
Jesus.
You ever seen like
Don't
a-
worry, guys. Every time I upload this, I have to put that this is not for kids. All right? So it's on them if they find it somehow.
I also had the 50 floaties kid, and you either see him one with like tons of floaties on, right? He's got the waist floaty, he's got the floaty on each arm, and he like just waddling around because his parents don't want him to drown. Or you got the kid that's in the life jacket that's so bulky that they're literally like have no neck.
pushing their
they
neck
can't
back.
move their arms, and they're just like, you can tell they're so miserable because it's 98 degrees and they're
It's like a
bundled up in this big
a
ass.
football player that wears his like donut ring backwards.
Oh, gosh.
Like, well, you're not gonna have fun, but you're not gonna drown.
Yeah,
So
for
it's
real.
even trade off.
Apologize for the dog barking in the background.
I got the lifeguard Karen. The lifeguard takes their job way too seriously.
No running.
Like the lifeguard. That
running.
Like they are hoping that they see a kid run, that they see a kid splash someone outside the pool from inside the pool. That they see like whatever they can, right? They take a drink into the pool, right?
Yeah.
They're like, don't drink to that pool, right? The lifeguard Karen, right? They see the kid jump in and dive under the water, and they're sitting there waiting to dive in to save him because they're thinking they're dying. Really, they're just being a kid swimming underwater, and they pop up and they're like, oh, almost had to get one there, right? Just the lifeguard Karen that takes it way over the top. Can be a guy or a girl. It's just the lifeguard Karen.
The lifeguard Karen.
And then,
I don't understand the no running thing. Like, come on.
Slip and fall.
I don't want you to slip. It is slippery.
Who cares?
Slippery.
Crack your noggin.
You're
They
just-
care.
You're a kid.
That's why they're
don't
there.
You know how many times I fell and scraped my knee as a kid?
I don't want
You
to get
are
sued for cracking
fine.
your head.
Yeah.
Get over it.
Safety.
Let the kids run at the pool.
Also, another
Come
one,
on.
but it can be called a couple things, but like, you know, like lawn chair Karen, towel Karen. Basically, the lady that gets there and puts like 8 towels on all the beach chairs.
Yeah.
And then walks away. And then if you try and move one, she gets super angry. Like, those are all mine. It was like, you got 8 of these chairs and you got like 5 kids. Like, why do you have so many towels? I need one for my bag. I need one from all the shoes. I need one for all this. They just put all their towels on as many chairs as they can when it's like a packed day, and then they're stealing up all the spots.
So for any of the listeners in the Florence, Kentucky area, I saw an article that water park that they built, it cost them $3 million, I believe, and it's never turned a profit.
Ever?
Ever.
Florence Water Park?
Yeah, the Florence Aquatic
Wow.
Center. Isn't that crazy? Like,
There's a lot of people that go there, too.
I know.
Yeah, that's
They
crazy.
Still haven't turned a profit.
Yeah, I think that they should tear it down and build a warehouse.
Wow. No. Keep the water park. I like it.
You got that one Daredevil kid that's like always like itching to go on the biggest slides, but he's like never tall enough.
Yeah.
But he's like on his tippy toes. And then like the old people are always rooting him on. And he goes anyway. You know what I'm talking about, right? Or like the dude who's like always jumping off the diving board doing crazy shit.
So if you go to a pool or a theme park, or not a theme park, a water resort or something, you can find all the guys and you can track their eyes all to the same spot. And that's the babe in the bikini, dude.
Babe in the bikini.
Every dude in the entire place is checking her out because she's smoking. And she's out there tanning, got the oil on. Mm-hmm. We know what we're talking about.
So
we all got a picture in our head.
I got one almost to add on to
Your girlfriend, right?
Yep.
I got one to add on to Zach's.
Good answer.
By the way, Castellanos hit a grand slam. So
Oh,
deep drive to left field, and that's gonna be a 2-run.
that was so Monday.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, so what I want to say, adding on to Zach's,
like
the Daredevil
4 days
kid,
ago.
you can kind of call it what you want, but the one kid usually are a little shit. It's like one of those kids that you're
Yeah.
like, oh, that kid's like trouble. You know what I mean? Just like a little kid that bothers you. But he goes up and asks the guy, can I go down backwards? They tell him no. You can't go down backwards. So he sits there, waiting his turn, right? And the guys are with him, all right, you're good to go. And right when he goes down, he flips around backwards and goes back.
Can I go down backwards?
Right? Can I go down backwards? No. All right, wait your turn. All right, you're good to go. He flips around backwards and goes.
They got
I've
so many
definitely done that
rules at the
before.
pool, man.
Yeah, it's all safety, dude.
It's
You don't want kids cracking their heads.
You should have been a lifeguard, Griff.
I'll go back to it. I still think that it's stupid. They should let you run. Now, diving into the pool, I can see that. That makes sense.
Break your neck.
You can break your neck. You can get seriously hurt doing that. But running.
You could slip and break your neck.
Okay, it's very unlikely that you slip, fall from 2.5 feet. How old? You're a little kid. You're not.
Yeah.
Adults don't go to the pool and run.
I mean,
I got another.
Karen
I've
does.
been to the pool
Karen
as
does.
an adult. I do not run.
Karen's
I
got to
gotta-
get her fucking lawn chairs.
I got another one here. This is probably Jake as a kid, but the entertainer, the one who goes on the diving board. He's going,
Do
do
a
a flip,
Do a flip.
flip, and he goes and like pops out a double gainer McTwist or
And we
something.
jump and we do tricks, and then
That's
we
the,
yell at people, and then like think that we're gone when we go in the water,
Yeah.
not realizing that we have
You
to
gotta
come back up.
Yeah. Or like you jump and you ask the lifeguard for a number or something, and then you got to come back.
nice butt.
Yeah.
Fall into the water, and then you're like underwater. Like, oh,
shit.
Let me just hang out here for a minute.
right.
Maybe she'll
they'll
forget
forget.
about
Yeah,
I'm
right.
down here.
That's funny.
Oh man.
Anything else? You got the sunburnt person.
Oh, I was gonna say one time I went to this water park for like 6-7 hours straight with no sunscreen,
Ooh,
and as a fair skinned fellow, yeah, it hurt. I couldn't wear a shirt for a few days.
that's brutal.
Yeah, it was brutal.
That's brutal.
Yeah,
You got the way too old to wear a bikini, lady. Yeah.
go to Florida. You'll see
You
a lot of
can't.
this.
You can't not look at them. Like you're just like, I don't want to look at it, but I'm gonna. I'm gonna sit here and look at it.
Back in their day, they were probably
They probably were.
The
They
bee's
probably were.
knees.
But now in today's day, they're probably not.
How
But-
dare you assume?
I think we're gonna wrap it up here. This is episode 75 of Gridiron Garage Non-Sports Edition. Thank you all for joining us. It was a good one. Go ahead and follow us on Instagram, and we're out of here.